you at gunpoint.
Make me go live.
I'm going to do it.
Man, listen to all the violence coming from the test.
Wow.
Wow.
Such sass this evening.
Man. And we've got no one watching anyway, so Tess is
So it
once
doesn't
again-
really matter.
It doesn't really.
See, I can
yeah.
threaten you as much as I want.
Phoebe's engrossed in Star Trek right now, which makes me so happy.
I mean, but it's so bad that Tess didn't even watch it.
I mean, did you? Come on.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I have to post about it.
Uh,
I forgot to post about it on Facebook.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. Please
Now
forgive
no
me.
one will know that
No
we're
one
here.
will know. Even we
one
don't know
will
that
know.
we're here.
I gotta go.
Look, the one person we have watching has left us.
No.
Tess.
No. I'm sorry.
The whole job is to post about this.
Ah.
It's, Anyway, we'll go ahead and start because it's sure. Hi,
Yeah.
I'm Philip.
I'm Tommy.
And this is RCX Unfiltered because something.
Yeah.
Something.
Wordplay.
Yeah. Wordplay.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the wordplay.
This may be a very low energy show. We're very tired.
Bye, Gregory.
Bye, Gregory.
See you in the morning.
Low. All right. We'll start off since no one's here, not even Tess.
I'm working on it. I'm working on getting other people here.
Well, first we're going to talk about
Now I'm here.
Nightwing issue 105.
Yep.
Why? Because we can.
Because we love Nightwing.
We do love Nightwing. So really, this is a exercise, and I'm going to see if I can do something.
Yep.
And so, as you can see from the cover, this issue is all from Nightwing's perspective.
Megan's here.
Woo! Hey, Megan.
Hello.
So it's actually pretty cool. The story itself is really kind of resetting because we've now gone from the last Nightwing issue into Titans.
Yeah.
And so this
Yeah.
is kind of a reset of getting ready to go into the next storyline, which I shouldn't say unfortunately. It's unfortunately not Nightwing 106.
Right, because we got Night Terrors.
We got Night Terrors coming up. So we have Nightwing, Night Terrors 1 and 2, and then we get back to this.
Yep.
So, but this was fun. I mean,
It
it was
was.
actually a lot of fun with the way that they
any
did.
book that starts off with a puppy, because it does. It starts off with
Yeah,
with the
starts off
puppy,
with a puppy.
and he's a cute puppy.
Yeah. So Bitewing. It starts off with Bitewing. Hey,
Oh, hello.
Jacqueline just snuck in case y'all didn't see her in the camera there. She was.
Pretty sneaky, sis.
Oh my god.
And then next up is Wonder Woman 800. And this is, I guess, Becky Cloonan's last issue writing. It continues from 799. But then the backup story in here is, I guess, Tom King's kickoff for Wonder Woman #1. So the story wraps up pretty well. It's good, like I said, continues from 799. If you read it, it's a bunch of dream sequences because it's Diana trying to find herself. And so she's actually entering people's dreams and stuff like that. And she gives a couple of really good speeches. But no secret, at the back of this is first appearance of
Yeah.
Trinity, or Lizzie as they call her,
Yeah.
which is Wonder Woman's daughter. So, but that kicks off Tom King's run, which also we have to wait until
Mhm.
September.
Yeah.
Because first we have the I'm scared of the dark. Are you afraid of the dark DC edition?
I
So,
am, in fact.
We got 2 of those. So that's coming up.
Yeah.
So that was fun. Actually, that was really good. That was Mike Aldridge's cover.
I meant to read it today, and I was just, I
Sorry.
didn't.
I got Gregory to read a Wonder Woman book.
Yeah. And Gregory also talked about how good it was. So I was like, man, I wish I'd read it.
And then we have the Avengers #2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yep.
So
get a little more into the actual meat of the story in this one.
Right. So we're really dealing with, I guess now we're kind of dealing with the fallout of the one shot that came out around
the where they showed like
April?
glimpses of the future
Yeah.
or whatever.
the timeless.
Yeah,
or
all
whatever.
the Kang stuff is leading into this. We got beat up bloody Kang who might be dying. I don't know.
Well, he was stabbed.
He was quite stabbed. And they're
So-
like, let us get you medical attention. He's like, no, my words are too important. And they're like, but if we get you medical attention, you have more time to say the words. And he's like, no. He's very dramatic.
He was very dramatic in here, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So,
Oh, Kang.
and actually one of my favorite. So they're also saving people's lives in here, and I'm not going to spoil all that, but everyone does something very dramatic with how they save a bunch of people's lives. Each team member of the Avengers, and the Captain America one is the most Captain America thing that there was ever Captain America.
Yeah, it was good.
Right, like
Yeah.
you see all these spectacular things with Black Panther and Thor, and at the end it's Cap goes and does his thing where he saves a bunch of people, but it is in the most Cap way. And I'm like, oh, it was so well done. I thought the Cap one on that was really well done on that. So as they split up and saved a whole bunch of people. So
Yep.
Okay. Tess agrees.
Yeah.
And then for the $9 book of the week,
Yep.
we are Ultimate Invasioning again with Hitch is back on art, and then Hickman has now Hickmanizing this.
Now
So
this
it's a lot. It's a lot.
It is a lot. Like there's it's an expensive book, but there's a lot to it, and then there's extra stuff. So if you enjoy extra stuff, this has a bunch.
And it is Hickman.
And you know how Hickman, he's got a degree in graphic design, so he has to do that kind of stuff in every book.
Yeah, we get like damage control levels.
Yeah. I mean, this book is a lot of setup for what they're doing. Clearly, it's going to be something bigger because Hickman doesn't know how to tell a small story. So I am fully invested in whatever he's doing. And clearly, like, I think this is a 4-issue series.
4 or 5.
4 or 5 issues, and it is, from what I can tell, the launching pad for a much larger story.
Yeah, I cannot imagine this is going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be like when he did House of X and Powers of 10.
Yeah.
Like, they were just like, here's your jumping on point. Now, all the things. So I expect similar things with the Ultimate stuff coming back.
There's the wraparound cover.
And I'll be honest, bless you, I expected that little, like, what was it, 4-page story, 6-page story from the Free Comic Book Day. I thought that was going to be in here, and it wasn't. This is all new stuff.
Yeah, Marvel's been good over the last however many years on Free Comic Book Day. They only reprint the Free Comic Book Day stuff in the big hardcovers and sometimes trades.
Yeah,
like you won't see that in here. But if you either one don't remember the Ultimate Universe, or B, don't remember where everything was. It works well with the Ultimate Universe. You're fine. You're completely fine with this because this is a completely set up. We learn where the maker is, and not that it's a spoiler, but some people may not know that Miles came from the Ultimate Universe.
What?
And we make sure, and Hickman makes sure that you understand that Miles came from the Ultimate Universe.
Yep.
So
and there's only a handful of people that remember the Ultimate Universe.
Correct.
Miles is one of them.
Yep.
Which, imagine being a teenager with superpowers and you've got 2 different worlds in your head and all the memories of it. That's
so
wild.
it's there's a lot. There's a lot going on here.
Yeah. So I'm very excited to see where it goes. I loved the Ultimate Universe. Ultimate Spider-Man, I think, is from beginning to end, that Bendis run, the best run of Spider-Man I've ever read.
And Miles has a lot going on because he's one of the only few people that remembers Hickman's Secret Wars.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
So he's
I don't did he ever get a favor from Molecule Man? Because I know Molecule Man was like, "Yo, I owe you one, buddy. Thanks for the burger."
No.
I don't. Yeah. So I'm hoping Owen shows up in this somewhere and is like, "Yo, Miles, what's up, buddy?"
I was thinking about Molecule Man the other day.
Yeah.
I was like, we really haven't
It's
done.
been a while.
It's been a while
Yeah.
since we've done anything with him, and that, like, that whole thing. But I'm actually looking forward to the Ultimate Invasion. Like, it was a good, to me, it was a good kickoff to get people to remember what happened and who kind of remembers.
Yeah.
We also set up the maker as
Evil genius. Evil Reed Richards.
I mean, he's Reed Richards from the
Yeah,
Ultimate Universe,
he's-
and he is evil, and there's just nothing.
Are the characters different in any way? Thinking of Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver? That's a comment.
The only Ultimate characters in this particular book are Miles and the Maker.
Right.
Everybody else is normal 616 universe. Now, the characters in the Ultimate Universe before,
Wow.
they were different
Yes.
before the universe ended. Everything was very different. The first 2 runs of Ultimates were fantastic. Ultimates 3, don't read it. It'll just make you mad. Just skip it.
But the Ultimate initial Ultimate Spider-Man, like Tommy said, is probably the best Spider-Man run of
it
all
was
time.
150 or so issues beginning to end.
Something, yeah.
And in those 150 issues, that 10-year run of that book, Peter had 1 birthday. I think it was annual 2.
Yeah.
Wow.
He had 1 birthday. So he got bit at 15, and at the end of that series, he was 16. I'm not going to say what happened to him. Spoiler for a story that happened 10 years ago, but
10 years ago. It's been longer than that.
has it? I don't know, man. It's been a while.
Because we hit the 10th anniversary before the apocalypse, right?
Oh, Jesus. I don't know.
I don't remember.
So anyway, Ultimate Spider-Man's phenomenal. I'd say the first 12 or so issues of Ultimate Fantastic Four and the first 20 issues of Ultimate X-Men were good. And then the end, like the last year and a half, 2 years of the Ultimate stuff was There was a big event called Ultimatum that was terrible, except for the Spider-Man issues.
Yes.
And then
the Flood.
that was the Flood.
Okay.
Yeah, Magneto gets mad and floods New York. And
He
lots of
stubbed his
people
toe.
die. Lots of people die. People get eaten. People bite heads off people. It's time. It is a time. Anyway, Ultimatum was not a good story, but it was a fantastic catalyst for what came after. And
Except for, it was a good Spider-Man story.
yeah, the Spider-Man
Spider-Man.
stuff, the issues of Spider-Man that cross over in Ultimatum were great because in the Ultimate Universe, he and Jonah still had this antagonistic relationship, but the Daily Bugle is mostly submerged underwater.
Yes.
And the staff of the Daily Bugle that's still there are up on the top floor, which is above the water. And Jonah stands at the window for hours and watches Spider-Man dive into the water, save people, pull them out, and then dive back in the water for hours.
Yeah.
And then writes an editorial about how he was wrong. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful issue of Spider-Man. The Jonah in the Ultimate Universe is just as crotchety and cranky as the regular Jonah, but his rationale for things is way better, way more focused, way fewer spider destroying robot devices and rhinos and scorpions.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't do so much of that. He's a journalist and he's using his tools as a journalist. But anyway, Ultimate Universe was phenomenal for the most part. Like Fantastic Four and X-Men kind of went up and down. Ultimates 3 is terrible.
That's
Mostly because it was like they did all these like, oh, here's a twist that makes no sense. And they're like, haha, look what we did. And I was like, yeah, you sure did it, buddy.
Good job.
Yeah, you
And
sure
then-
did a thing.
and then they blew it up. They blew it up and they recreated it.
Yep.
So it's back. Hey, spoiler, it's back.
I'm excited, man.
I am
I
too.
really
It should be
love
good.
the Ultimate Universe. I remember I was one of those guys that when they announced that they were doing the Ultimate Universe, and the whole thing was we're going to reboot the Marvel Universe as if all these heroes got their powers in the year 2000 instead of 1963. And I was like, well, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Why would they do that? Well, I was one of those guys. And then as soon as I read
Yes, Frank, we know.
the first issue of Spider-Man, I was like, well, I'm an idiot. I should shut up and just read things before they come out. After they come out, before I run my mouth. And I learned that lesson again with the Black Panther book some number of years ago.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah. I won't ever badmouth a story until after I've read it.
Huh.
I learned that lesson twice. I'm thick.
You'll learn it again.
I hope not.
And then next is the prelude to Contest of Chaos, which is the Scarlet Witch Annual 1. So this is a thing, once again, I guess Marvel started it about 4 or 5 years. Well, Marvel used to do it years ago.
Yeah.
Right? So like their big crossovers many years ago.
Was Atlantis Attacks the first one?
I think so.
I
Back
think so.
back when I was a wee lad.
It was like 90 or 91,
I
something
think
like
it was
that.
before that.
Was it before that? I don't
I'm
remember.
pretty sure it was like,
But it was all the annuals crossover. It told a
Right.
big story.
right.
And that's
Kind of what they
doing.
started doing again a few
Yeah.
years ago. And this kicks off that whole chaos contest. So I think the next one is a Spider-Man annual that comes after this. So it's part 2. But spoiler alert, Agatha is young again.
Yep.
So, and evidently that happened in, I asked Gregory, because I'm like, when did she become? First, I didn't remember her coming back undead.
Dead.
So that evidently happened at the Scarlet Witch series that I loved, that 12 issue.
Yeah.
Gregory said she came back alive at the end of that, but I
Oh,
just
I don't
remember
remember.
being a ghost the whole
Mhm.
time. But then evidently they just did that whole the stupid midnight suns thing.
Oh, right.
That,
I didn't
and so
read
she
any of
became
that.
young again. So she's in here. See, Agatha.
And she seems to be like the catalyst for this
For this
entire
enti-
contest. So I expect high levels of sass
yes.
and some wacky magic hijinks.
Is the Chaos contest the big summer event?
No, it's
No.
it's their big event for the annuals, but I don't think would be considered their big. I think they're big summer. I don't think there's a big summer event outside of normal books for Marvel. This
Yeah, I don't
year.
think so. I think Ultimate Invasion is the closest thing
'Cause
to an
you-
event they've got coming.
Well, you got that, but then you have the Venom Carnage stuff going on in its book.
yeah.
The Avengers book that we showed earlier has got the whole Kang stuff and all
Mhm.
that, but I don't think anything's leaving the books,
Yeah,
right?
I don't think
everything
so. I don't think there's
is-
any big event thing this year, which I'm interested to see. There's a lot of complaints about event fatigue, but from this side of the counter, when there's not an event, sales suffer. So I don't know how to balance that. So we'll see. We'll see how this summer goes.
But if
There's a lot of good stuff coming.
pick this up, then the contest of chaos begins and Spider-Man annual. Spiderman, number 1.
And he's smacking around Wolverine.
And I will say that I guess that's my one complaint that they're doing on this is every year it's always annual 1 again.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like Spider-Man annual 2 or anything like that because of the way that they're doing these storylines. They keep saying, hey, well, this is technically as the first Scarlet Witch annual in a long time.
Yeah.
But pretty sure there was a Spider-Man annual last year.
Yeah. So that's a little bit annoying, but all right, we're gonna get to my pick of the week, which has been my pick of the week in the past, but not for many years. So this
It's a black label now.
oh yeah, well, it was originally Vertigo. It's Mike Carey and Peter Gross, who Mike Carey has written a bunch of good stuff, but the thing I think he's
Except for this one, he unwrote it.
I think the thing he's most famous for is Lucifer. He was handpicked by Neil Gaiman to write Lucifer. When the Vertigo was like, we're going to spin off Sandman, and they pitched the idea to Neil Gaiman, and they're like, we want a death series. And Neil Gaiman was like, you clearly don't understand her role in all of this. The person who's the most interesting that deserves a spinoff is Lucifer, and this is the guy I want to write it. And anyway, this is the book for people who want to still love Harry Potter, but because of reasons cannot. The basic premise feels like it's stolen a little bit. The main character's name is Tom Taylor, not the guy that's currently writing Nightwing. It's a different Tom Taylor.
Or is it?
Or is it? His father is a fantasy novelist who's written a series of children's books about a magical school. And the main character in this book is Tom Taylor. Like his dad named him as the main character.
Wow, 2009.
2009. Yep.
Really? Has it been that long?
It has been that long.
Jeez.
So
Tess is old.
So the last book in this fantasy series is about to come out, but his father has gone missing and no one knows where he is. So it starts off as almost like where is he? What's going on? We're going to solve this mystery. And some of the book, especially in the early issues, feels like a walking tour of literary places throughout history in England, because he takes you to like, here's the house where this person wrote this thing, or this is the street where this thing happened in this novel. And I love that kind of stuff, but then quickly, like, he has a cat with wings that shows up, so there's his familiar, and then there's a guy and a girl who are his two best friends, and it turns out he actually is the character from the book, he just doesn't know it. And the entire world is controlled by a secret cabal that rules the world through fiction. When they decided that the British Empire should cover the entire world, Rudyard Kipling made that happen. Issue 18 of the series is a choose your own adventure. You've got to read it sideways. The book is absolutely brilliant. There are things in literature that happen in multiple stories, and the one that they use in here a lot is the white whale. He ends up inside of the story Moby Dick. He's on the Pequod and he gets swallowed by the whale. And when he gets swallowed by the whale is like a nexus point between stories. So Baron Munchausen's in there, Jonah's in there, Pinocchio's in there. Anybody who's ever been swallowed by a whale in a story?
Jonah Hex?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Jonah was a prophet. Woo, woo. Sorry, had a VeggieTales moment. So yeah, anyone in the history of stories that's ever been swallowed by a whale is in this whale. And it's a place where he can go in one story and come out another story. There's also another story arc where he gets trapped in a Nazi propaganda film. It's a love letter to literature and to stories and the power that stories have over us. And I believe that one volume is everything, including including the graphic novel that ended it.
It is.
The name of which I can't remember right now.
It is
The Ship That Sank Twice?
The unwritten Tommy Taylor and The Ship That Sank Twice.
Yep. So this is the entire thing. I cannot recommend it enough. It's one of my favorite books.
I mean, obviously not, because you haven't quit talking for like 10 minutes.
I love this book. I really need to go back and reread it because it's been a long time. I haven't gone back to reread it since the series ended. So it might be time.
So there you go. It's unwritten, but it is written because it's in this book. It's right here. So it's the unwritten written book.
Yep.
That Tess acts like she's interested in, but we'll never read it.
No,
I am interested to see how the Choose Your Own Adventure is going to work with a book that thick.
They actually did a good job.
Did they?
Yeah, they put 2 pages per page.
Well, that's how it was originally in the original comic. But turning it sideways to read is a lot easier when you've got a 30-page comic than a giant.
God, was it 2
Yeah.
pages per page? In
Yeah,
the old one
it
too?
was. Mhm.
Wow. Yeah, it's been a long time since I read this also, so I don't
Yep.
remember. Because that's why I was looking in here to see how they were doing it.
So while I've been pricing comics in the back, every once in a while I'll run across a comic that I remember loving, and I might accidentally read it. And the Choose Your Own Adventure issue of Unwritten I just priced a couple days ago. So that particular issue is still fresh.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. I don't know how to get to the end page 2. Oh my God. No, not that page 2. No.
Yeah, it's oh god, book is so good.
So yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Like I actually read a bunch of stuff this week that came out. These are just only a handful of books, but there was like Superman came out this week, which probably has the best worst ending of the week.
Yeah.
You have to read Superman to understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like it was a shock. It was not what I was expecting out of Superman.
Superman and Spider-Man are doing this thing to us right now where we don't typically like villains at all.
I don't like villains at all.
And Superman and Spider-Man have us really enjoying
The villains.
and rooting for the villains.
I don't know if rooting's the word, but
I'm rooting for Norman.
I'm rooting for Norman. They're all pretty good.
Yeah.
Titans 2's coming out.
Yeah.
Which my somewhat issue with Titans 1 is I was expecting it to come out of Nightwing.
Yeah.
But it didn't. It kind of set the stage. Titans 2, we're over that now.
Yep.
We're
fully in the story.
We're going all in, so all that's done. And then there's a handful of other stuff. There's a few little Marvel things coming out, like Hollow's Eve 4 came out, Hellcat 4 came out. I'm still enjoying Hellcat, but that's Cantwell.
Yeah.
So, and Sleepwalker. I get Sleepwalker. Come on, man.
Yep. I never
Sure,
read
fine.
Sleepwalker, so
I'm the only person who likes Sleepwalker, but it's fine. It's all fine. So that's all pretty good. So well done. Oh, look, Tess is clapping. It's fashion time.
Is it?
Yeah, it's fashion time. Fashion segment with Tess.
Tess dressed up today.
Yeah, she did.
Well, I had to go be a nymph at a summer camp. So, nymph.
That's
Yay.
what nymphs look like at summer camp.
I don't know. They were like forest nymph oracle. I was like, yeah.
Did you
Green.
have a little crown and stuff?
I had a flower crown.
Oh,
Mhm.
wow.
I know. It was so pretty.
What age are you dealing with?
7 to 13, 14. Luckily, I don't have to be with them all of the time. I'm just with them for short bits where I have to pretend to be the character.
Gotcha.
Then I get to leave.
I LARPed once. I understand.
It's literally LARPing. I love it so much.
Wow. All right. Well, good. Good for you.
Good for me. I
I'm
get
glad.
to be a dragon on Thursday.
Wow.
Megan, I'm glad you're enjoying Peacemaker. I just saw the promo art for the issue that'll be in the new catalog, and he's got like 5 little baby Deathstrokes with like the beard and the eye patch just crawling all over him. It looks so stupid. I can't wait. Oh God, Peacemaker's such a fun book.
Me wearing a mouse guard shirt is as close as I'm going to get to dressing up as a nymph.
Yeah.
I don't think you're really going to find me dressing up as. I'm not the dress up kind. That's not my MO. Jacqueline got me to dress up in a 5K and a 10K one time. 2 10Ks. Well, we did the one where I was Mr. Incredible. I didn't say I was Mr. Incredible. I was just dressed up as Mr. Incredible. Let's all get that straight, right? And then who was I in the 5K or 10K? Fear. I was Fear from the Pixar movie.
Out.
Yeah, Inside
okay.
Out. Yeah. Jacqueline and I went with another couple, so we each dressed up as a character. Except for one. There was one character. It was only 4 of us, so there's 5 of those characters, so we didn't. Yeah, it was sad. No one dressed up.
Oh. Well, I guess you'd have to cry all day.
Yeah, it was. He said you could dress up as a nymph. So.
Yeah, this is about as dressy as I get.
We could get you some kind of staff and just some kind of hat, and you can be like a wizard nymph.
I did for a Halloween once. I dressed up as a oh man, I can't. Oh, it was a wizard costume, but I dressed up as a basic witch. So I had like an infinity scarf and like a Starbucks cup and like the big wizard hat. Yeah.
I love that.
Wow.
Yeah.
There was a time I wore that Batman costume that's over
Yeah.
there.
I've never seen you in it, but I hear that is the thing that happened
That
once
was
upon a
ye-
time.
Many, many years ago when I got it.
I don't know if you noticed the pants are starting to sag. He's got
Yeah.
low-rise jeans on now.
Well, that's
That's to be expected.
we've all started to age, man. We've all started to age. Everything starts sagging a little.
Yeah.
You just do what you can. Poor Batman. I keep saying I'm gonna take that off and bring the Madman costume I have
Yeah.
and put on it, but that's probably creepier than, especially with those eyes, than the Batman.
I assume you have the whole mask and all?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep, mask and everything. So I had the disc gun, everything. It was really cool. Love me some Madman.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. So, all right. And this week, let's see, Saturday, after you come visit Tess in the store on Saturday,
Yay!
you can come down to Richmond and visit Jacqueline and I at the Richmond Library, the main Richmond Library. It's called RippleCon, I think.
Yep.
So we'll be set up there along with a few other people. I'm not sure who all is going to be there.
I know for sure Jason Keith's going to be there because they put him on the poster. But beyond that, I'm not sure. I know a lot of
Mary
of our
Tarini's
friends.
gonna be
Yeah,
there
a lot
too.
of our friends are going to be there. So I will be here pricing books, sadly. But
But you can come here and visit Tess, and then, or if
Yeah.
you're in Richmond, just come visit Jacqueline. I think it's is it 10 to 3 or 11 to 3?
there's a flyer on the counter over there,
It's
but it's
way
so far.
over there.
So far.
So anyway, if you come in the store this week,
Yeah, there's a
check
flyer
out
on the counter.
I know it's the 3. I can't remember if it starts at. I think it starts 10. I think
it's 10 to 3. Yeah.
So we'll be down there hanging out at the main library. So doing that. That's this week, and I think that's the last external event that we've got going on for a while.
I did hear from our friends at the Chesterfield Police Athletic League. They're going to do the Halloween thing again.
Right.
So we'll be set up at that, but that's Halloween.
That's
that's months and months away.
Yep. That's Halloween, and we don't have to do anything for that.
Yeah, I give away candy and comics and tell people where we are.
Yeah, because we'll start working on our fall festival soonish.
Soonish, yeah.
Then we'll start working on the Powhatan. Right.
Yep.
That's got to be soonish.
Yep.
Soonish.
Yeah,
It's no more last minute stuff.
Yeah, I am pretty much focused right now on getting through July 5th. And then after that, I can start working on other projects.
So, but yeah, so we still got the July 4th. We're pulling out all the back issues, putting in all new back issues. So that's still going on.
I have found so much weird, cool stuff that I didn't know we had. And some of it's in like ridiculously good shape.
And in case before anyone asks, yes, I have been helping Tommy by doing what he asked, which is staying out of his way.
Same.
So I just want that to be said. We all know our place.
I am churning through the books. I priced like 12 boxes of books today. Like today was a good day. I got here like 7:30 and just churned through it. Took a break in the middle of the day, took Cyrus to work and ate lunch and then came back to it. And
Only 388 more to go.
yeah.
He doesn't have that many left. I
Well,
mean, you got a lot left, but
yeah.
not 388.
Yeah.
That was a joke.
I have I'm gonna work through all the stuff that's in the back room and then start bringing stuff over from storage. Which I'm hoping to be done with the stuff in the back room this weekend. We'll see how that goes. Because I have all those cabinets full of books.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot of books. We have a lot of books.
There are a lot of books.
It's a lot. So
And we're actually kind of right now. I'm pricing them. I'm putting them in boxes and labeling them with the price, but I'm not bagging, boarding, and taping things yet because we're waiting on a shipment of boards because we're kind of out.
we don't want to take bags and boards away from my adoring fans and customers.
Yeah. It's shipped on Friday, so hopefully it'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah. So then we'll keep Tess out of trouble.
Mm-hmm. I can make so many bags of boards.
Good, because we need so many bags
So,
and boards.
well, we're doing our best to keep Tess off the street.
It's true.
Nymph's gonna nymph.
Nymph's gonna nymph, yeah. But we do what we can. Make sure.
I much appreciate.
I'm just saying. So, yeah, we got a whole bunch of that stuff coming out. And then Jacqueline and I went to Heroes Con this past weekend. So we'll have a video up on that on Thursday of the stuff that we purchased down there. Lots of books, lots of original art.
Cool.
So that was a good time. And it was probably the first time in a very long time that I went to a 3-day show and went all 3 days. Because that doesn't normally happen for me. I usually hit day 1. I usually go a few hours on day 2, and then I have peopled out.
Yeah.
And
I got a text Saturday at like 5, and he was like, that's enough. No more people for me.
But we went back Sunday for a few hours, and then we ended up hanging around there. Charlotte was tearing up some stuff.
Yeah.
Like they were ripping up buildings and parking decks. A French restaurant just reopened after the apocalypse.
Okay.
So Jacqueline had a good time getting chocolate croissants and other things. I got the most French thing ever. It was a French dip.
I've got some French fries.
Yeah, I mean it's all right there. So the last time we went to Charlotte, Jacqueline and I went to Charlotte, was in 2019, and where the hotel is it was about a half a mile up the road. There was a diner we went to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the diner wasn't there anymore. Okay. They had picked it up and they had moved it to in the city. So it was a half a mile the other way this time, but it was the same diner, same name, everything. They just picked it up, brought it across the road, and plopped it in the middle of the city.
That's wild.
Wow.
So that is like, oh, I didn't see it. But yeah, that was pretty funny.
Wow.
So, and I took Jacqueline to the NASCAR music. No, I didn't. We ate at the B-dubs that's attached to the NASCAR music.
You went to B-dubs?
Look. Just so you know, it wasn't me this time. There was a guy and his daughter who went in there, and they had one server.
Oh, man.
At 12:30.
Oh, God.
And so the lady sent them down and said, it's going to probably be about 10 minutes before we're able to take your order. And he went ballistic.
Oh, my God.
And then Jacqueline looked at me. I'm like, I've eaten here before. I already know it was going to take that long, regardless if there was 1 or 3 servers. So.
You can order from your phone at your table and they bring your food to you without talking to a server.
Yep. So that's what we did. We sat down at the table, and the one server came by, and she goes, "Hey, do you know that you can order? Each table had his own QR code.
Okay.
So you could scan it, you order it, and then she just brought it out when it was done. And we're like, this
Perfect.
is great. I'm like, this is good. Like, I knew what I was getting into.
I don't want to talk to people anyway.
Yeah, right. So yeah, the only problem that we saw is so you order, but you have to go ahead and pay.
Oh, ahead of time?
Ahead of time.
Interesting.
And if you don't pay quick enough, it pays for you because you have your information in it. Like it says you put in an order, but it really hasn't put in the order. But if it does that, then you can't give your server a tip.
Oh, okay.
So it paid, and we're like, well, how do we tip you at this point? I'm like, luckily I had cash.
Technology.
Is there going to be a tattoo episode one day?
Where we see all of Tommy's tattoos?
No, God, we can't know. We're not that unfiltered.
All of my tattoos are on my arm. It's fine.
Yeah, he goes, is that a chibi Wolverine?
It is.
It is.
And then Nightwing. And then on the inside is Prince Robot with the non-compliant from Bitch Planet. And then there's a little stylized DNA strand with a semicolon. And then I've got Spider-Man up here, but he's faded. I need to get him recolored.
That was like your first tattoo.
That was my first tattoo, yeah.
Maybe he's talking about having a tattoo episode where we bring someone in and Tess gets a tattoo.
Please.
I mean, I want more tattoos. I've been,
Let's do a live stream in a tattoo parlor.
I mean, maybe.
I get to pick the tattoo though.
Oh.
Just saying.
So the Chibi, Wolverine, and Nightwing are because my kids, my oldest is named Logan, and my youngest middle name is Grayson. And when they were little, they fought nonstop. Like there was a 10-year battle royale where the two of them were constantly fighting and hurting each other. And when they were very small, I decided I wanted to get like chibi versions of these two characters fighting. And I finally pulled the trigger about a year and a half ago and got them.
I love that.
Yeah.
God, was that? I thought it was longer ago than that.
No, I think it was.
Huh.
I
Was
don't
that
remember.
during the apocalypse?
It was towards the tail end because nobody was getting tattoos
No.
in the middle of all the terribleness.
Except for you. Jacqueline has a tattoo.
Yeah, sure.
She does. She has a little heart down on her ankle.
I don't think it even looks like
Is that like a prison tattoo?
It is. It is 100% a prison tattoo.
great English class.
10th grade English
Yep.
class.
Same thing.
The most hygienic place to get a tattoo. Absolutely.
It cracks me up every time I see it. Little heart down there. 10th grade English, prison.
Same thing.
It's all the
My
same thing.
teacher was psycho.
I myself don't have any tattoos.
I like tattoos.
I think Tess is covered in tattoos.
I have like 5.
There you go. See,
Is that covered?
I want more.
I'm the odd man out.
Yeah.
Out of all of you. Out of
That's
all
fine.
of you in here, she's the one with the tattoo.
That's so weird.
Right?
So weird. Well, now when I went to get the semicolon tattoo, there were, I want to say 9 of us that went. And
Wow.
one of the people that went was my friend Jess's Aunt Judy, who is an older lady. And it was her first tattoo. And it was quite an experience. Aunt Judy was quite a trip on this particular excursion. We went to, I think it's Black Rabbit. And we all got like, it's a semicolon tattoo. Most of them were just like quick, easy things. Jess, I think, got a butterfly, and I got the DNA strand, and Aunt Judy just got a very simple semicolon tattoo. And we were like, "So, you ready to get another one?" And she was like, "No, I'm good. That's enough. That is enough."
I reached my limit.
Yeah, Aunt Judy's awesome.
That's funny.
I love that.
That's pretty good.
Like she had not planned to get a tattoo. She just came with us.
And
And then like last minute, she was like, "I'll do it too."
peer pressure. Peer pressure. You broke the old lady down.
I don't know that anybody can peer pressure her. Judy does what she wants.
It was like a 3-hour interrogation. Get a tattoo? Get a tattoo? Get a tattoo? Get a tattoo? That's pretty funny.
Yeah. It was
Oh,
a good time.
So yeah, next time Tess gets a tattoo, we'll go live stream it.
Cool.
I've been thinking I want to do something on this arm, but I'm thinking like nerd weapons. Like I think this like Sword of Omens and like batarangs and Ninja Turtle, various ninja weapons.
You will get the small sword elements or the big sword elements?
Probably the small one, so that it can fit.
You can make it tiny.
Yeah,
You can make a whole bunch of tiny little things.
that's true. Yeah, that is true.
Little shield.
Yeah.
Just make it all teeny. Make it all teeny tiny. So what's your next tattoo, Tess? Huh.
It depends on how I'm feeling
Hmm.
and how much money I have.
I want a Lisa Frank unicorn. I think it's gonna go here.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would love a Lisa
Like a-
Frank lizard.
Like- My mom loved unicorns, and I wanted to get a unicorn tattoo, and so I really think that the '80s Trapper Keeper Lisa Frank unicorn is the way to go.
Can we get an airbender tattoo for you?
Oh, that would be awesome. I don't know that I can handle getting that much tattoo on my head. Yeah. Oof.
No, I don't think I need a Tommy tattoo on my head. Be like, oh, Tommy.
The little unfiltered like logo
The
thing.
little logo thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I got Tommy right there.
Aw.
Then something would happen and it'd be like a bad marriage breakup. And it's like,
Oh
oh, now
my
I'm stuck
God.
with this Tommy tattoo.
Yeah.
I'm ever going to find another friend with this Tommy tattoo.
But Craigslist ad looking for Tommies.
That's right. Yeah. You got to look like this.
I need a bald guy with a beard and glasses. Stat.
If you don't have a beard, you got to grow one. Got to shave your head and grow a beard.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
On that note.
Tess is waving time again.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because once again, it's been
I
45 minutes.
did not realize. Man,
The Tommy tattoo.
you should do the guy from Jackass Steve-O got
Right.
a on his entire back a tattoo of him going
Yeah.
like his whole back is just a pic, his face giving 2 thumbs up.
All I can see is Gregory doing that. when you do that.
That's what we should do. We should get matching Gregory tattoos.
Oh, God. It needs to be like yay big.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Jacqueline doesn't know it yet, but I did tell Jacqueline that we saw. I told Gregory that we saw his twin in Charlotte.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he looked exactly like him, and he walked exactly like him. Like we
Wow.
thought it was. She was like, "Is that Gregory?" And I'm like, "Well, he's not supposed to be here,
He's
but
in Florida, but,
but it might be." And it wasn't, but it was his twin. So,
wow.
so I was like, "Wow, that was kind of creepy." So anyway,
Anyway.
Tess wants to leave. She goes, "She had enough of this."
Me too. The AC's not working properly, and I'm fat. So
All right, everybody. Once again, thanks a lot. We appreciate for joining us. Like and subscribe. Tell all your friends to like and subscribe, and keep watching. See you next week. Bye.